It's finally here. We've added auto optimize into RightBlogger. So now anytime you create a piece of content with RightBlogger, whether it's with the AI article writer, the video to blog tool, or any of our other tools with an editor field, you can attach an SEO report to that content and then auto SEO optimize it to gear this content towards getting ranked higher in Google search and being recommended by the LLMs like ChatGPT. First, let's attach an SEO report to this article to help guide our process for optimizing the content. And as you can see right here, we've got a recommended keyword phrase that looks pretty good for this exact topic I'm writing here.
So after picking a primary keyword, what this tool actually does is it goes out to Google, finds top ranking articles for that keyword, and actually has AI analyze every single article to figure out why it's ranking, what's working, and what keywords they're referencing to build you a report so you can make actionable changes to your article and actually improve how it ranks.
And here we go. Right with our first draft, we can see that we're in the red. We're at about a 23% optimization score. That's much lower than where you want to be if you want to set your content up for actual success with Google and with LLM citations. It's important to note, though, that the goal of optimizing your content is not to reach a 100% score. I know there's a lot of A+ people out there in our audience, but we want you to know that what's really important here is just to get somewhere in the green range. You can overdo it on optimizing your content, and that's why we built the auto improve button here to automatically optimize this content once you've created your first draft into the zone that it needs to be in order to set it up for success. You'll notice that in the SEO report, a lot of things are going to change once we auto-optimize this article. The word count will be adjusted, the headings, the paragraphs, the images will all likely change a little bit during the process, but what's going to change most is in the keywords section. Keywords are still how search engine algorithms and LLMs make a lot of sense of the content on a page of your website. And so you can see here in our SEO report, there's a lot of zeros. There's a lot of terms and keywords that need to be mentioned in this article in order for it to be relevant and considered for ranking in Google and with LLMs. So when we hit auto optimize, we're going to see a lot of these zeros turn into some numbers that are going to score really well. And we're going to watch this score go up right after we click auto improve.
So what's happening here when you hit auto improve, it's actually going through, like Ryan mentioned, and using all of those keywords and having AI to create a plan on how to update the article you made with RightBlogger and actually incorporate those topics and those keywords and those phrases naturally in your content. So what this will actually do is improve your score. The SEO score is heavily dependent on the keywords you're using. And you can see here, as we just finished up here, now we went from a 23% to an 82%, which is much better. And a couple hundred more words, which is also good because it's going to give us more rich content that includes topics that Google is looking for to rank your article.
Right off the bat with auto improve, that was a huge gain in the score we got. This now puts this article right in the ranking range for me. This is right where I'd want to see something in the 80s to 90s scores. Again, not really going for that 100. That's not super important, but let's take a quick look at some of the things that have changed. As Andy mentioned, the word count went up. Now we're in that really solid range that was recommended by the SEO report, and we're a little low still here on the headings and paragraphs. So if you had some topics that, we've got a couple zeros still, if you've got some things that you really want to add back into the article yourself based on doing a quick kind of manual review, then you could go ahead and do that. And you would increase the score a bit, but from what I'm seeing here, we've got a lot of green. We've got all the keywords that are super important to this topic now mentioned in our article. And there may still be a few little gaps here, but again, we don't need to go for perfection. If you'd like to tune this article up a little bit more yourself, you can definitely do that over here inside the editor. Maybe you want to pick out a paragraph adding on character development and talk about how important that is for the book that you're writing. That one makes sense to me, but from a first draft perspective, this is now pretty dang good and it's about ready to run with. And you can see here also that all of our changes are saved whenever we make adjustments to an article in the editor tab here, which is where the auto improve function works. If you ever want to return to the original version of your article, just click the article tab and you'll go back to that very first draft that was created. And over here again in the editor, you can pop open the SEO report. This is where all of your changes are going to be made. Once you've made every adjustment you want to your content, you can send this directly to any connected website with WordPress, Webflow, Ghost, or you can always just click the copy button and copy in various different formats, or download this even as a Microsoft Word document to work with and go ahead and get it ready for publishing.
And we're also working on the ability to actually import existing blog posts. So if you want to see that, definitely leave a comment below and mention importing blog posts, because we want to know if that's something that you want to see. And remember to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.